let's talk about what to stop doing right now if you want to make more money in your business. And of course, what to do instead once you've stopped doing those first things. So my name's Christine McAllister, if we haven't met yet, and I'm the founder of Life with Passion and the author of the Income Replacement Formula. 7 simple steps to doing what you love and making 6 figures from anywhere. And I'm really passionate about helping you high achievers to replace your incomes and then some by building businesses that you love and that allow you to live the lives that you want to live. So this is something that is so important because I'm seeing so many people doing the wrong things as they seek to grow their business to the point where they can replace their income, and then of course to scale beyond there, and neglecting to do the right things that are actually going to get them where they want to be. So I want to break those down for you today. My earbuds are falling out, sorry. A little cup of tea here, and I'd love for you to say hi as well. So what am I seeing so many people doing right now that if I could wave a magic wand, I would just tell them to stop doing because it's not going to work? One of the things that I'm seeing so much and talking to so many people about right now is that they are beating themselves up, like big time, beating themselves up and saying things like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think there must be something wrong with me. I've got to fix this. I've got to fix myself. I just need to figure out, what's wrong with me that everybody else is succeeding or making it look easy and I can't seem to, right? I can't seem to get my first client. I can't seem to get my next client. I can't seem to have a 5K month. I can't seem to have a 10K month, whatever. I can't seem to replace my income, whatever level that is. Does that sound familiar at all? Where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Here's a clue as to whether you're doing this to yourself. If you have a reason why not for any suggestion that someone gives you, meaning like, well, I can't do that because of X, or that would be really nice, but I don't have time, or yeah, that's a great idea, but I don't have money, or I'm not a good writer, so I can't do that, or I can't do Facebook Lives, or I don't have enough time to start this thing, or I can't reach out because of this, or I'm bad at sales, so that means I can't do it in this way. If no matter what idea you or someone else gives you, you have a reason why you can't do that or why that won't work for you, you're probably keeping yourself stuck between a rock and a hard place. You're probably keeping yourself stuck between a rock and a hard place. Hey, Candace. So when we are in that spot, where we are questioning ourselves endlessly, where we are saying, there's something wrong with me and I wish that I could fix it. I wish someone, I wish I was that person, or I wish I was that person, or that person's successful because of X, Y, Z. You're doing what you've always done and you're basically beating yourself over the head with how wrong you are, how bad you are, right? And also, you're taking all of your energy, focus, and attention and putting it on what you feel you're not, rather than taking action. So example, yesterday I was talking to a woman who has everything that she needs to be successful from the outside, but she is completely stuck in a procrastination loop that's keeping her from taking any action. And she has a whole lot of reasons why. And also is not sure how committed she is to change. Because that's the other piece of this. Are you willing to do what it takes to change? we have so many excuses available to us that are socially acceptable by a society driven by being an employer or being an employee, and not by entrepreneurs. The societal narrative is be a good employee, be safe, have a practical job. And if you're watching this, you're here because you want something different than going to a cubicle every day in a windowless office like I did and feeling like you're wasting your life, right? You know you're meant for something more. There's Pogo saying hello with his tail. So, especially when we're getting started building our businesses, or when we don't have the income goal that we want yet, when we haven't yet replaced our income, when we haven't yet hit that first whatever K month that we want, and we haven't learned how to do that consistently, what we do is we go inward and criticize ourselves. Can anyone relate to this? We go inward and we criticize ourselves. And we're like, there must be something wrong with me. If I could just figure out how to fix myself, then everything would be better. Then I would make all the money that I want. Then I would take all the trips that I want. Then I would be free. Then I would have, whatever, all the clients, all the money, all that feeling of freedom. But that is not how you get where you want to be. That is not how you get unstuck. By constantly going, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I wish someone would fix me. I need to get fixed. Guess what? Every time you ask the question, what am I doing wrong? It's going to be easy to come up with a list of things that you're doing wrong. If you ask me a list of things that I'm doing wrong right now, I could give you a whole long laundry list, right? Whatever. Nothing is perfect in business, despite what ads and what, general online business sponsored posts and glitzy, glamorous things tell you. Not that you can't be glitzy and glamorous. I love that stuff. I love luxury, but also it's still building a business. And what is required to build a business? Working on the right things, knowing what those right things are, and showing up for them every day. Having a clear, simple plan, right? So, example, we had our second call of the income replacement formula live yesterday. So everybody's been working, everybody in there has been working with me for a week. And I always ask at the beginning of each, before someone asks a question and get their coaching, I ask them for a win, however big or small that they had for the last week. And yesterday, after 1 week, of following the coaching, I had a client who got her first 4K premium price coaching client ever, and it was easy. I had a client who hadn't had billable hours in their business in months, and they had billable hours last week for the first time in months. And I had a client who joined to get more customers, and last week she got 2 customers for the first time in I don't even know how long off the bat by following the coaching. Why? Because they stopped telling themselves, well, there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with me, and they showed up and they got a better plan. Because for most of us as high achievers, when you have a plan that you trust, you can go do it, right? So for you, maybe it's getting coaching to get that clear plan, because then you could go execute on it, right? And you and I can talk about a half-day intensive if that feels good. But maybe for you, it's also, hey, I need to sit down and look at what's been working. I need to sit down and look at what has worked in my business thus far. If you're the kind of person who will go and reflect and actually do that, then go do that. Right? Because here's the thing, it is different for every single person. It is different for every single one of my clients. Yes, there are themes like showing up, being visible, marketing, selling, etc. But your personal version of that is going to be different based on your personality preferences, based on what you're selling, based on who you're selling to. So if someone tells you there's a one-size-fits-all system that you just need to go read or do or follow and you don't need any help to implement it, I'm going to call BS on that. Because we know where we get the greatest results and the greatest transformation is when we have the clear plan for us, the clear individualized plan for us, right? Check the comments. Hey, Lindsay. Yes. Oh, sorry, you're stuck in a cubicle right now. Ken says, I'm so there. My business coach says that the system they use works and I haven't had anyone follow through. I don't know because it's not enough time has passed or if I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, totally. So I think that's the thing with systems is that, is it customized for you, your personality, who you're working with? Do you feel confident in the system? Do you trust in the system, right? Because you have to believe it's going to work for you in order for you to follow through. And any kind of plan needs to address the right, most pressing issue or problem or thing that needs fixing in your business, right? So that's different for everyone. Maybe you're really, really good at one thing, but you're falling off with closing the sale, right? Maybe you're really, really good at relationships, but you never tell people, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm so excited about. Like, this is how I can help you. So I'd love to hear from you and maybe give you some specific feedback on what to look at. What do you feel like you're doing right now? What do you feel like you're telling yourself that's keeping you stuck? I know that that's like kind of a personal question, but I'd love to be able to offer you some personalized feedback on what the biggest challenge in your business is right now. Do you feel like it's a lack of leads? Do you feel like it's a lack of follow through? Do you feel like you're just hiding out? Do you feel like you're procrastinating on doing anything and everything? And that to-do list just becomes longer and longer and longer. And every day you just add today's to the next day. And then tomorrow when nothing gets done, then you add tomorrow's to the next day and soon it's 10 pages long. I know I did that a lot before I got help to overcome this procrastination habit, because I just was stuck in this loop of like, I can fix it. I can fix it. I should be able to figure this out on my own and for free because I'm smart, right? But I was beating myself up for not knowing how to do something I'd never done before, right? That's crazy. That's like, if Fee beats herself up because, you know, she just jumped for the first time, you all, and it was like so exciting. We were like, oh my gosh, you know, she didn't know how to jump. And so she jumped with one leg and she jumped with the other leg, and then she jumped for the first time. But we weren't telling her, oh, there's something wrong with you that you don't know how to jump. It was just a matter of her watching us do it a bunch, right? Learning from someone who's jumping is second nature now, and continuing to try and continuing to show up for it, right? So we have that built-in modeling and that built-in accountability for us as kids, and then school teaches us to be really amazing employees. But then when we're working on starting our own businesses, we take this really unhelpful attitude of like, something is wrong with me, something is wrong with me, what's wrong with me, that I don't know what I'm doing, that I don't have that I don't have the results that I want, there's something wrong with me. And guess what? That makes us wind up in pure overwhelm, in pure procrastination, in pure self-sabotage, and in pure not getting results. And if you stay in that place for long enough, you're going to walk away from your business in frustration and failure. And I don't want that for you, because we are pioneers in this online business space. Let me point this down a little bit more for the light. We are pioneers in this online business space, and helping each other succeed is a rising tide that raises all ships, right? I don't know about you, but I want to be able to give away more than I spend on myself. I want to be a reverse tither, right? I want to be able to fund microloans in developing countries for women who want to be entrepreneurs at a much higher level, than I already do. That's a passion of mine. I want to end preventable childhood deaths, right? I don't want anyone to have to go through what I've been through. And And allowing ourselves to show up with a clear plan and do the work that brings results so that we can make the kind of money that it requires to do those sorts of things is where it starts, right? I'm watching the hummingbirds outside my window. I've got a cardinal and I've got a couple hummingbirds like buzzing each other off the feeders right now. And it's so fun. This is like, I have this big picture window that where the light is coming in right here in my big office. And like, this is the reason I was like, this is our house. So we moved into this dream house. I was like, this is going to be my office and this is how I know. So I love being here from this place. Beautiful. So I want you all to share what's going on for you right now, right? So that I can share some personalized feedback on that. So I want to encourage you to get clear on what's working or what's worked in the past. If you haven't gotten any results yet, then that might be a place to get support, to get coaching to help you figure that out, right? I can help you with that in a half-day intensive. We can knock that out, figure out what's worked, figure out the right strategy for you, and get you moving forward and get you unstuck again. The other thing that I want you to do is to get honest. I want you to get honest, because if you have no idea what you want to do, or you have no idea what is working, or you feel like nothing has ever worked, and you are feeling all over the place, right? Like there's so many things I could be doing. I'm not sure if any of them are right because I don't know, nothing's ever worked for me, Christine. How am I supposed to go back to what's worked if nothing's ever worked, right? If you feel that way about any of those things, then you're not going to be getting results, because you are going to be putting your attention and your focus on the fact that you don't know what to do, which is going to continue to perpetuate. Instead of showing up every day with a clear plan and acting out that clear plan. Because I think that when we hear all this noise about like funnels and, you know, making all this money while you sleep and automation, but we're just getting, that's very, very sexy. When we're just getting started, I'm getting a little hot. We're just getting started in our businesses. That's typically not what works. So doing a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, hiding out, working on your website forever, spending a bunch of money on your branding or your logo before you know what you're doing and you know how to sell and you know those skills that are going to be important to you at every single stage of business, that's typically not the best investment of your time or money. Working on yourself and having a clear plan for what works for you and your business is. So making the time for that, making the space for that, investing to speed up your timeline, your results, those are the things that we're talking about. Hi, Meryl. Candace says we'll have a call tomorrow, so I'll have all that ready. Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to you. Lindsay says work, autoimmune illness causes fatigue. After working all day, I'm so tired. When I don't know where to start and if programs are right fit for me. Yep. I have a coach, but we worked on an avatar for 4 months. I'm back to the beginning. Yeah. So I would say, Lindsay, that like it's super important to have the right fit in a coach too, right? And to be really, really clear on your expectations for what you want, so that the you know, if it's the right fit, that coach can deliver for you and work with you on that. But totally, when you're feeling overwhelmed and where to start, if programs are a right fit for you, right? So that's exactly when like individualized support from the right person can be super, super helpful. I would also say, like, if you have clarity on your avatar, then you're not right back all the way at the beginning, because you do have some things that you can move forward on right now. But if you're giving yourself, you know, if you feel like I am back at the beginning, I have no idea where to start, then that clarity piece and doing whatever it takes to get that clarity piece is so important for you. Otherwise, there will continue to be a lot of FOMO around like, is this program, is this course, is this, right? And I'm just listening to my friend Lacey Sites yesterday, and I totally agree with her that like probably all of us have bought or checked out or whatever courses that we never completed, which is why both of us are so passionate about one-on-one work, because that's where you get the greatest results. Obviously, you can get them in a group program as well, as my clients that were learning in 1 week. But that's so important, especially when you're getting started in business or when you're not where you want to be. If you feel like it's a lack of clarity, it's not like, well, I have all the clients I can handle right now, and I just need more time to be able to take on more clients or to be able to have more customers. That's a different issue, right? Then that's a scaling issue. But if you don't even know where to go to get clarity, or how to start or where to go next, then that's where a coach, the right fit, can be really, really helpful. And I'm happy to talk with you about that if that feels helpful. Meryl says, I'm posting ads on my Facebook page and other pages, and I'm waiting for October. I have a belief saddles will start moving then. You could shift that now. We still have 5 days, is that right? 4 days left in September. So why can't a saddle come now? Why can't you, this is gonna get woo-woo, right? But if you believe that you're co-creator of your own reality and your thoughts and words create your reality, then why can't you start saying like, it's so easy for me to sell saddles. People love buying saddles from me, right? Why can't you start talking about all the things you love about these saddles and what makes them so special, why you can't find them anywhere else, right? Get excited about those saddles. Let other people borrow that excitement from you. Yeah, so you have, Kenneth says, company I'm a health coach with gives you 2 business coaches that you don't pay for. That's a little bit of a flag to me. Because honestly, we got to invest in ourselves in order to take someone's advice seriously. As human nature, we don't value what we don't pay for. We value what we pay for. And so I think that anytime we get, I was talking to someone yesterday who was like, oh, well, someone in my business, like she's in direct sales. And she was like, yeah, well, my upline paid for me to have a business coach. And I was like, typically we only take it seriously and follow through when we have skin in the game of our own life. That's what I've found really to be true for myself. When I've paid for mentors, I walk out the door, I do what they say. When I don't pay for mentors, it's easy for me to not take action and to let my procrastination, perfectionism take over. I felt like I connected with one of them more in the beginning, but now I feel like she's a pushy and a bully. Yeah, so I mean, that sounds like it's not a good fit for you, right? And that's part of growing as an entrepreneur and a business owner, is going, this is the kind of help that I need. This is the kind of help that this is the kind of person I want to work with. This is the kind of team I want to surround myself with, not just because someone's a supposed expert, but because I feel like I can learn from them, right? Like that is the most important thing when you're considering who to hire. Do I feel like I can learn from this person? Because that indicates trust. And that means you're actually going to follow through when they give you that clear, simple plan. Super, super important. Debbie says, I send thank you notes. I also asked one person what they liked about their order. Yeah. So Debbie, I think you're asking a few questions here. I think send thank you notes. I would ask more people what they like about their order. What made them decide to order, right? Thank you notes are nice, but that doesn't give you any information that you can take and use forward to help you get more people buying from you, right? So, I mean, with the Facebook page, posting there consistently will help more people to see it. Inviting people there will help more people to see it. The best way to get people to see it, unfortunately, the way algorithm works right now, is to run ads, which I'm not a big fan of when you don't know what's working consistently to get you customers in your business organically. So are you posting often on your Facebook page? Are you reaching out to all your customers? Yes, you're thanking them, but are you really understanding what made them push that purchase button and get them to buy, right? If not, why not, right? So instead of asking what they liked about their order, I would say, why did you buy it, right? Why did you buy it in the first place? What did you like? Yeah, you're so welcome, Lindsay. You're so welcome, Meryl. Candace says, I'm going back and forth between pushing for the health coach or if I should just use that to get healthy myself and start a VA business. Yeah, definitely something that is a great point, Candace, when we feel our focus is split between two different options, especially when we have a busy life, a busy home life, a busy work life, a busy whatever life. We're probably not going to get traction on either until we go all in on one. And so sorting through what feels more exciting to you, certainly the right coach can help you do that much quicker typically than you can on your own, but sorting through which one feels like the right fit for you and which one you want to go all in on is really important. Otherwise, to be honest, you're half-assing both. And you're probably going to see the results of that, right? As opposed to, like, I had a client come to work with me once who had literally, she had 2 young kids. She had five businesses that she was trying to make work, and she had a part-time job. And I helped her in the first week of us working together to get really, really clear on which one she wanted to actually do, which one was the right fit for her, which one she wanted to make profitable, which one she was passionate about, of course. And we built that to success, to income replacing success, to where she could quit her job. And guess what? It was super fun and energizing for her. But the reason she came to me is because, hello, trying 5 businesses and a part-time job and raising kids, guess what? Shocker, wasn't working for her. However, I think there's a way in which we all have things that we do. We all have ways in which we do this to ourselves in some fashion or another, right? We all have ways in which we do this to ourselves in some fashion or another. Like, you might be trying a bunch of different visibility methods. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a client who signed a high-priced one-on-one client. So exciting, her first high-priced one-on-one client from a challenge that she ran in her Facebook group. Certainly, Facebook group challenges can be great if they're the right fit for you, right? Not saying you need to run out there and do a Facebook challenge, but maybe they are the right fit for you. They were the right fit for her. It was easy to move someone from the challenge to a high-priced package. But immediately after that, she asked me, should I be doing Instagram? So should I switch my focus to Instagram? And I asked her a few questions, and I said, let me be clear about this. You just signed your client from a Facebook challenge, and now you're wondering if you should do Instagram. And we had a laugh about it because that's what our brains do, right? That's what our brains do. They're typically not logical, even though we think they kind of are. When we really think about like all the crazy thoughts that run through our head and our emotions and like, how much of our day, our habits and unconscious and all of that stuff, we don't act logically. Our brain is like, ooh, let's go do something else. Ooh, shiny object. People say that everyone's moving to Instagram. I should go do that, even though I just made, thousands of dollars doing this one thing on Facebook, right? So my point with sharing that is like, she might have gone over and put all of her energy into Instagram when she already has something that's working really well, which is why this question of like, what's been working for you is so important. Is so important. Rather than grasping at straws, which comes from that mindset of like, there's something wrong with me, I need to fix myself, right? Instead of recognizing what is working and building and scaling that. Right? So yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, Meryl is just now getting an inquiry on one of her saddles. Of course you are, Meryl, because this stuff works. I know that for us, like practical, rational, action-oriented high achievers, we want a better plan, and that is important. But we also need to believe that the plan is capable of working, which is why we're talking about stopping freaking beating yourself up, telling yourself there's something wrong with you, etc., etc., etc. Getting a better plan, sticking to the plan, working the plan, and if necessary, because hello, necessary for me, which is why I'm so passionate about it, getting the support to carry it out. We get as far as we can on our own. We do. It's what we do. We're high achievers. We're very capable. And then we come to a point where we don't know what we don't know. And our choice in that moment is to say, I don't know what I don't know. I'm going to get help from someone who's done it. Or our choice is to say, I need to figure this out on my own, because if I accept help, it means I'm weak. Which, listen, I did that for a lot of years. But when Maeve died, I realized that I was no longer willing or available to stay stuck. And I was finally open to accepting offers of help, whether it meant someone bringing me a meal, whether it meant having someone help me figure out how to regain my health, or whether it meant paying someone to help me transform my business into the work that I love. And that's a common denominator among all the people I see who have gotten to where they want to be in business and are growing and scaling. They've all had help. And the reason we all talk about it is because it works, right? Is because it works. And of course, yes, it's the backbone of my business. Of course it is. But I'm congruent in that I know that it works, which is why I talk about it, and which is why I preach about the power of support. Because of course you can do it on your own. Of course you can. Is it going to take you longer? Yes. Is it going to be more frustrating because you've never done it before and you have to figure it all out on your own? Yeah. And so if you find yourself in a place where that's no longer serving you, maybe it's time to look for help. I'd be honored to talk to you about whether I'm the right fit for you, right? If you feel like you and I are a good fit, do you have some, am I the person that you believe can help you, right? You believe I can help you. So Meryl, I would say this is what I love about this confirmation for you is like that question on boosting a post, like irrelevant. This is the work for you. This is the work. Anybody else who's out there wondering about boosting a post or an ad, I would not recommend that you do that unless you are absolutely super clear on number one, how to run an ad, and number two, exactly who you are targeting. Exactly who you're targeting. Facebook changes their targeting and their algorithm and stuff all the time. Do you know, and I would add a third thing to that, exactly what's worked to bring customers in the door? Because when you have something that's working organically at a certain percentage, then you can take it and put it in an ad and know that it will work at a lower percentage because you're not reaching out to people organically, but that it's still going to work. And the only time to do that is when you have run out of time to do it organically. Then it's time to scale, in my opinion. I've done it both ways. I've spent way too much money on Facebook ads to get clients. I want you to be more profitable than that. I want you to learn how to sell organically first, because you're still going to have to sell to the people who come in from ads. And if you don't know how to sell and you're getting a bunch of people coming in from ads, guess what? You're not going to make sales because you're fixing something that doesn't necessarily need to be fixed. All right. Yes. Okay. Yep. You can book a call with me. Thanks for popping that in there, Miss Melissa. You can book a call with me at calendly.com/lifewithpassion/clarity call. And what that is that's a complimentary 30-minute call with me to talk through your goals, for us to chat about if what I offer is the right fit for you, so that you can make a decision about if my support is what you want and need to get to the next level of your business. What questions do you all have for this? What do you feel like you are doing right now that is either not helpful or that you wonder if it's going to help. I'm just going to check my notes here that I made. So to recap, what I want you to stop doing right now is to stop questioning yourself. The clue is, if you have a reason why something won't work for you, for every single possibility that you hear or every single thing that you tell yourself, that's you and your mindset keeping yourself stuck. The great news is that can shift. If you know how to shift your own mindset, do it. If you don't know, happy to talk to you about helping you to do that, because it is a learnable skill, just like confidence. They're both muscles, basically. And if you're telling yourself there's something wrong with you, if you feel like you're doing what you've always done and you're getting the same results over and over, those are the things that we want to look at shifting. Those are the things that we want to stop doing now. Because if you are doing the same thing that you've always done and you're not making the kind of money that you want to make in your business, let's be really clear. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change unless you choose to do something different. And if you're finding that hard, know that that's totally normal, because our brains are designed to keep us sane, right? Because that, as I say, to our brains, safe is same even when it sucks. So if you feel like you're fighting with this desire, you have a desire for change, but you don't know how to get there, then that's just your brain trying to keep you stuck, because you're doing it on your own, trying to figure it out, and wind up doing the same thing over and over and over, whether it's procrastinating, whether it's hiding out, whether it's not being, not sharing about what you do, whether it's not being consistent, whether it's being scared to be visible because you don't want to be annoying, whether it's not telling people what the heck you offer and how they can work with you, whatever it is, whether it's like diluting your efforts between 2, 3, 4, 5 businesses and not fully being present to any of them. If you're feeling confused, so are the people who are watching what you're doing. So are the people who are watching what you're doing. If you don't know exactly what you are selling, nobody else does either. Nobody else does either. So, do you know what you're selling? I'd love to know that. Maybe drop me a comment and let me know, do you know what you're selling? That's a really quick shift to start making money in your business. Hot tip for you. Do you know what you're selling? And are you talking about it? Are you talking about it? You ain't gonna make sales if you don't know what you're selling and you're not talking about it. But guess what? It doesn't have to be pushy. It doesn't have to be gross. It doesn't have to be, hard, or like the way that most of us have been taught to sell. You can sell using relationships, right? You can sell very quickly, like my clients have found in a week, right? You can sell and get more done with the right support in 2 weeks. I had a client tell me, I've got more done in the first 2 weeks of working together than I had in the previous 6 months in my business. And this was somebody who was really consistent, but she didn't know what she was selling when she came to me. And so she was feeling scattered and all over the place. Once you get clear on what you're selling, once you get clear on who you're selling it to, right? And how you're showing up. I think this is another thing, is that like a lot of times our messaging is super, super vague. So I have a client who created an awesome opt-in or freebie and was like, hey, I've got this thing out there. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome to help me connect with leads. I've worked really hard on it. Why is no one taking me up on it? And I said, okay, well, the first thing we need to look at is how are you selling it? Not it's a free thing, but like, how are you putting it out there? Right? Well, I'm just saying you should take this, right? I'm just posting and like, this is a great opportunity to see how healthy your XYZ is, right? And I was like, that doesn't make me want to click. That doesn't make me want to buy. That is boring. But what if we said, take this quiz and discover how to save more money in your business, how to protect yourself in your business, right? For their industry. I want to take that quiz now. So that, while they had an awesome offer, you have to get people to take you up on the offer, on the opt-in, on the freebie, right? It's a noisy space. So is your messaging on point? Are you really clear on promoting the value of your offer, whether it's a paid offer or a free offer, or you want someone to watch your live stream, right? How clear are you on those things? Now, do you all have questions that you want to drop for me? I do want to encourage you, obviously, as we're talking, if you feel like I might be able to help you, a couple of you have already booked calls and I'm really looking forward to talking with you. If you feel like I might be able to help you, you want to know more about how and make sure it's a good fit, then book a call from the link there in the comments, because things change very, very quickly when you have the right support, right? And my goal for you is that you get and stay unstuck. And if my mentorship is the right fit for you to help you do that, then let's chat. And I will tell you if it's a good fit or not. I'm honest like that. And I also want you to really have a think and let me know in the comments, where do you think you've hit that stuck place in your business? Where do you think you've been holding yourself back? Because sometimes we don't even want to commit to what we're selling because that feels scary to put ourselves out there. So we back it up a couple steps, right? We're like, I don't know what I'm selling. And also I'm scared to figure out what I'm selling because I don't want to leave anyone out, or I don't want anyone to think that I'm pushy, or once I have something to sell, then I have to sell and I feel really weird about selling, right? Sometimes we do things like that to ourselves too. So even if you don't have something to sell, there might be another reason for it than that you do, than just deciding on something to sell. Yeah, totally. Ken, it's the definition of insanity, right? That's that quote that we hear all the time. But really and truly, it's an epidemic. So many people are showing up every day. First thing they do, open their email, open their phone, open, Instagram, open Facebook, scroll, look up 15 minutes later, half an hour later, got to rush to work, whatever. I didn't get anything done. Nothing got posted. Now I'm feeling overwhelmed and depressed because I saw all these ads. I saw everyone else doing things. I mean, it happens all the time, right? We're really good at finding ways to self-sabotage. We're really good at finding ways to hold ourselves back. We are really good at getting distracted. And the way that technology is now makes it so easy to do, which is why it's so important to turn off notifications on your phone, which is why it's so important to consciously check social media when it serves you, which is why it's so important to create it offline, post it online, consciously engage, respond, whatever, and get out and get on with your day at the time it does not distract you, reduce your creativity, take away your inspiration, all of those kinds of things if you're creating content like I am. Lindsay says, thank you so much for discussing this topic. Yeah, you're so welcome, Lindsay. I am really glad that it is resonating because, obviously I think it's really, really important. I see way too many people doing it, and I want better for each and every one of you. I do. So I'm here. You say, I don't want to bother anyone. I have trouble talking to people. I become friends and don't know when to ask if they're interested in my product. Yeah, totally. So it's kind of learning how to do sales in a relationship-based way is really important, and believing that you can have clients who are also friends, right? I mean, certainly there are boundaries depending on the kind of work that you're doing or the product or service that you're providing, but being a real human person who is excited about what you have to offer and also not going to force anyone to do it because you're not going to do that. And you literally can't, right? So being willing to go, yeah, I can't make anyone buy. Like they get to decide just as much as I get to decide if I want to offer, right? So there are people in my life who I would never work with. I would never want them to become a client because I know we're not a good fit. I know I don't want to put the level of energy and focus and help that I do into working with my clients, because we do form a real relationship. We do become friends, right? When we get to meet each other in person, whether, it's for the first time or a repeated time, it's like so exciting. And also, like, that gets reserved for people I really want to help and I know I'm a good fit for. So part of it is learning who you're a really good fit for and beginning to shift the mindset that not every person needs to buy from you in order to be your friend. And you get to decide. You literally get to decide who you want to work with and who you're available to work with, and learn ways to show up for that and get so sold on yourself that you're not bothering anyone because what you're offering them is life-changing, right? I mean, one of the reasons I love my work is because I get to help people come home and do what they want and be with their kids and be with their animals and, get that freedom and make money on their own terms doing work they were made to do. Like, it's freaking fulfilling. And I don't want anyone to stay stuck in a job if they're willing to do the work to build a business and get out, right? But if they believe it's not possible for them, I can continue to say, hey, it is. It's what I do every day. It's why over 75% of my clients have quit, right? And I've helped a bunch more stay out. But it's not my job to hit them over the head, because there are plenty of people I can help who are ready for the help. And everybody hits that point at a certain part in their journey when they decide they're tired of trying to figure it out on their own and they're ready for a clear, simple plan and the support and accountability to carry it through. And that's when they come to me. That's my peeps, right? That's the process. Candace says, I love these weekly lives. You're so inspiring and real. Oh, thank you, Candace. Thank you for being here. I love doing them for you. So to summarize, stop beating yourself up. Stop telling yourself you're doing it wrong. Maybe play with the fact that you already are and have what you need to be successful. And so what's your next step? What's your next step? Is it hiring a coach? If you want to talk to me about it, I'd be honored. Click the link in the comments. Is it looking at what's been working? Really making a list. Are you going to make the time for that? Are you going to make the time for that? Or do you need someone to help you sort it through, right? Getting honest with yourself. What is working in my business? In what ways am I blocking myself? Am I holding myself back? And how ready am I to show up to fix those things, right? You get to decide your priorities. No one else gets to decide them for you. I want you to have the life and the business and the income that you want. I want you to make all the money that you want to make in your business. But we've got to shift from excuses to action in order for that to happen. If you have questions, feel free to drop them below. I'm so excited that you all are going to be action takers. I want to hear what you've been up to, and have a wonderful, action-filled day.